so you've described how NVIDIA is drinking your own champagne. In your role as CTO for AI, you also work with many customers. What are you seeing in the customer base as their top use cases?
So there's one, I won't repeat it. There's one, I mentioned, soft serve Dell WOT. We see, the customer service, right? Retail assistant, digital human, right? With virtual assistant, whatever you want to call it, right? Like we see that in a lot of different areas. That expands out into areas like it's not just maybe you're calling in or you're chatting, but we're seeing that in kiosks, right? As well.
Mhm.
So think customer service at like a kiosk. And I know SoftServe just launched their AI shopping assistant, right? So there's these different dimensions, right, of retail that might be there. But, I mentioned many hats, right? Like at NVIDIA, and I don't want to turn this into like a cybersecurity themed session, right? But one of my other hats is leading engineering and product for AI for cybersecurity, right? Like, which I think I'm extremely passionate about, right? Even back in my DARPA days, right? And my days with the government. And we see actually a lot of adoption there and a lot of traction there because the data volumes are so massive, right? I can't think of another use case or another domain where you get turnover and turnover of data at such a high rate as security. Organizations, you know, uh, a small organization like NVIDIA, right? Like 35,000 people, tiny organization, right? We have, I say it in jest, we feel small at the time, right? We feel small because we're doing so much. But we turn over massive amounts of data per day, petabytes, right? Like of data per day. And in order to really get a handle on that data, you don't have a choice. You have to use AI if you have any shot of looking at all of that data. So when we're talking about companies companies like AWS, right, like are adopting this for security postures, all of the big cybersecurity companies, if you just want to go down the list, right, like CrowdStrike, Palo, they're all coming with AI solutions that are, and I don't want to speak for them, but they're actual AI solutions, right, where they're using
Yeah.
this to sift through this massive amounts of data and up level kind of meaningful things to the humans or to the analysts.
Yeah, and I mean, that is a good use case also because you really are looking for the proverbial needle in the haystack. Who is the one trying to break in? Which is the one that is truly fraudulent, either the call or the transaction? So AI definitely is a strong solution here.
Well, and the best thing, there's that for sure. And the best thing about this is if you go to other, if we take, let's just take the software security use case, right? The thing I like about those, and you can apply it to anything. You can apply it for software running on your machine. You can apply it to policies across your environment. The good thing about that is humans right now or previously, they had to look at 100% of it, right? So if we save them, if AI saves them 60% of their time, right? Like it doesn't have to be right 100% of the time. And that's the key, right? Like there are use cases and there's goodness in what you said, like, unknown unknowns and surfacing anomalies. Sometimes we run into like, well, you have to be right a lot of the time, right? Like, and there's a long tail, right, for that as you tune it. But in these other use cases, you can deliver capabilities, and maybe you only do 60% of it, right, to begin with AI. You're still saving 60% of some team's time that they can focus on other things with, right? And we see that in security policies, we see that in software delivery and software vulnerabilities. And so it's kind of another way to look at it that's a little bit more kind of it's a little bit more tractable.